All right, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into a huge money showdown. We're talking about the two fundamental forces that decide if your money just kind of grows or if it snowballs into a real fortune. So yeah, let's get right into it. So let me ask you this. What is the most powerful force for growing your money? Is it something slow and steady, or is there, a hidden accelerator that could totally change your financial future? Well, that's exactly the question we're going to answer today. Finance can feel super complex, right? But honestly, when it comes to earning interest, it really just boils down to two core methods. Think of them as two key players in the game of money. And this, right here, is the one thing you really need to get. Simple interest, it's calculated only on your starting amount. But compound interest, well, that's calculated on your starting amount plus all the interest you've already earned. And trust me, that little difference is a total game changer.
Okay, so first up in the ring, we've got simple interest. I want you to think of this one as the reliable, predictable runner in a big race. It does its job, there are absolutely no surprises.
The key word here, the only word that matters, is only. With simple interest, your earnings are always based on that initial chunk of money, what we call the principal. Your interest never starts earning its own interest. And the math for this, it's about as straightforward as it gets. You just take your principal, your starting money, multiply it by the interest rate, and then multiply that by the time period. P times R times T. See? Simple. So the result is exactly what you see here. It's just a straight line, perfectly predictable. If you earn 1,000 rupees in interest the first year, guess what? You're gonna earn exactly 1,000 rupees in interest in year 10. It's consistent. But as you're about to see, it's definitely not the most powerful. And now let's bring in our second contender, compound interest. This is the one that gets all the financial experts really excited. We call it the accelerating champion. So let's see how it actually works.
Okay, now listen close, because this is the magic phrase. Interest earning its own interest. Your money starts working for you, right? But then the earnings from that work also start working for you. It becomes this incredible self-feeding loop of growth. The best analogy for this, and it's a classic for a reason, is a snowball rolling downhill. At the very top, it's tiny, right? It picks up just a little bit of snow. But as it gets bigger, it gathers way more snow with every single rotation, and it just starts accelerating, growing exponentially. All right, time to put them head to head. Let's imagine we're investing 10,000 rupees, and we'll apply a 10% annual interest rate to both methods. Ding ding, let the match begin. So after year one, look at that, they're tied, nothing to see. But then check out year two. Compounding is already ahead by 100 rupees. Fast forward to year 5, and that little gap has grown to over 1,000 rupees. It's starting out small, but it's definitely pulling ahead. So yeah, this is where you start to see the real power of compounding. But honestly, 5 years, that's just the warm-up. The real magic, the really life-changing difference, that happens when we let the clock run for a long time. And look at this, 30 years later, the difference is just staggering. The simple interest investment, it grew to 40,000 rupees. That's not bad. But the compound interest one, whoa, it exploded to over 1,74,000 rupees. That is more than 4 times the growth. Now that is the power we're talking about. So the winner is crystal clear. In any long-term race, compounding doesn't just win, it completely laps the competition. It's that beautiful upward curve of exponential growth that truly builds wealth over time. Okay, so this isn't just some theoretical math problem. These two forces are at work all around us, every single day. They're in our bank accounts, our loans, and our investments. So let's talk about where you'll see them. So check out this quirky little story. A farmer borrowed 4,500 rupees. But over time, because of interest, the total amount he owed grew to 7,200. So to pay it off, he paid 5,000 in cash and a goat, which means that goat was valued at 2,200 rupees just to clear his debt. And this is so important to understand. This power can be your absolute best friend or your worst enemy. When you're saving, when you're investing in retirement funds, it is your ally fueling that snowball of growth for you. But when you're borrowing, especially with something like high-interest credit card debt, it works against you, making the hole you're in deeper and deeper, faster and faster. And it's not just about growth either. This same compounding logic works in reverse. We just call it something different: depreciation.
Think about a new car or the phone in your pocket. Its value doesn't just drop in a straight line.
Let's take this scooter, for example. After year 1, it loses 1,000 rupees in value. Simple enough. But the next year, it loses 10% of its new, lower value. So it loses less money, but the percentage is the same. This is reverse compounding, and it's why things can lose so much of their value so quickly right at the beginning.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Understanding these two forces is the absolute first step to making your money work for you instead of against you. It's all about getting on the right side of that amazing exponential curve.
And that leaves us with one final, crucial question. Now that you've seen its incredible power, how are you going to harness compounding in your own life? That's something to think about. Thanks for joining me.